If you've been around on the internet, you may have come across a little something called Vocaloid and have heard the name Hatsune Miku. People may call teal-haired anime girls Miku and jump with joy seeing a spinning leak. Miku is the subject of our presentation today. Hello, I'm Terena, and I will be going over the design of Hatsune Miku and what makes it still so recognizable and iconic, even nearing 2 decades of relevance. What is Hatsune Miku? Well, first off, we need to establish what is a Vocaloid. Vocaloid is a music software made by Yamaha, which takes voice clips and combines them into words to create an artificial voice to sing, song, speak, whatever the user wants them to do. While it uses technology to produce music, all tuning, singing, and piecing together the clips is handled by the song producer. It's not AI. Though recent versions of the program have incorporated it to make the voice tuning more expressive. To use the Vocaloid program, the instrument requires voice banks, files of voice clips that are recorded and can be used with the Yamaha instrument. Older voice banks were marketed with cover art of a character design and associated with the voice, and the name given to each voice bank. Newer voice banks, however, have more generic art that deprives newer voice banks of the face that old voice banks were sold with, and having a visual to associate with a voice makes it easier to recognize and sell. Which takes us to the star of today's show, Hatsune Miku, a Vocaloid owned by Krypton Future Media. This teal-haired anime girl is our subject. You better get used to seeing the color teal. Over the years, there have been several releases of Miku voice banks, all with their respective sets of cover art. Starting in June 2007, the first Miku voice bank was released for the Vocaloid 2 engine, codenamed CVO1. Her design by Kay is exceptionally blocky in comparison to her later iterations, which gives her a distinct silhouette. She was originally marketed as a singing android. Her April 2010 release of her Append Dark voice bank updates her design to have a more futuristic element, but tones down the stiffness of hair and form. The August 2013 release is for Vocaloid 3, where her art becomes more fluid. An English voice bank is also released and incorporated a much more colorful art style as seen there. Well, but later iterations don't have that. Vocaloid 4 Miku's voice banks, released in August 2016, loses a majority of volume in her hair. And after that, Krypton opted to release their own voice editing software, and the NT voice bank was released in 2020. She recovers from her bout of hair loss. Now, what makes a Miku? Brief analysis of her design leads to conclude her design relies on 4 crucial points. Her twin tail hairstyle makes up over 50% of her original design, which makes them key to her appearance. Her color scheme is simple. The bright color of teal gives her a major color to be associated with, and the rest of her outfit being grays, whites, and barely visible pink accents leave room for innovation on her design. She usually is designed with hair accessories around the roots of her twin tails, which gives flexibility to her hair design despite her hair being a key point of her image. Her silhouette is in an M shape, or also a similar bell curve. It flares at the bottom and the arches of her hair form the peaks of the letter M. This sets an easily recognizable shape for Miku. With her major traits broken down, I believe that in the case of Hatsune Miku, the simplicity of her design gives her iconic look versatility while still remaining recognizable. Now, some common notable variants of Miku that crop up include Sakura Miku and Snow Miku, respectively light pink and light blue. We'll go further in depth about Snow Miku later. Now, Miku is usually associated with a leek for some reason. Aside from fans having a habit of associating characters with a certain type of food, Miku is typically featured in Project Diva's game tutorials to wave a leek while covering the song Yevan Polka. Because it's the tutorial song, any person that has touched a Project Diva game has seen her with the leek, therefore leading to the strong association with it. Though the association has faded in recent years due to Project Diva mostly being phased out. Now, first, we will be looking at officially licensed Miku content, where we'll be going over games and merchandise. Now, as we mentioned, Project Diva. It's a series of rhythm games that are made with songs sung by the cast of Vocaloids at the bottom of the slide from left to right. We have Kaito, Meiko, Miku herself, and then Kagami no Rin and Len, and then Meguri and Luca. As the rhythm game is based on glorified instruments, it focuses mainly on the music, though multiple songs feature music videos with unique outfits for the featured characters. I split most of these designs into two categories. The first being conforming design. I'll be using these terms for the rest of the presentation. These are the outfits that, despite their variety in themes and components, all fit within the M-shaped silhouette that was established by Miku's hair. Usually, the hair flares at the ends. Overall, they're recognizable as Miku based on the bright blue and silhouette shape. The second one is deviating design. They're divided into three subcategories, from left to right. The first consists of designs that give specific character to Miku. As Miku herself is an instrument, her character varies based on the context she is in. These costumes give a layer of character to her in whatever song she sings. These are additive and can still be recognized as Miku. The second group are generic outfits that, while they deviate from the Miku silhouette, don't add character to it aside from it being more game content. The third group I would call dubiously Miku, as without added context. I personally would not be able to assume they are Miku variants with confidence. And thus they don't have the silhouette and are not in the range of blue to greens that are usually seen with Miku. Therefore, it would be hard to recognize them as Miku. Considering similarities in a majority of anime-style characters, consistency is key for recognizability. Now, figurines and merchandise of Miku consist of many Miku outfits, but almost all conform to the Miku silhouette, with her hair and outfit adding more moving parts to accentuate form and motion. These tend to be built around her image rather than changing it to fit the occasion, which keeps her recognizable no matter the situation. Even more dramatic forms and variations in the style, the figure still maintains a semblance of that hairstyle. This can be seen even more so with plush versions of Miku, where her teal color and hairstyle are the most consistent parts of her. The ones that give her a different hairstyle while maintaining the volume of hair struggle to give it form due to the sheer bulkiness of it. As such, the M shape of it is the more ideal way to present her hair and in turn maintain that silhouette. Even when Miku is redesigned to fit into different franchise crossovers, her major traits remain: the twin tails and the teal, as you can see here. One example of versatility in design, though, is in the recent Pokemon collab, Project Voltage in 2023, where variants of Miku were designed for each extant Pokemon type. There are also 18 songs that were produced for this. Despite the variation in color and style, all fall within the blue-green range and maintain the M shape because they all have the twin tail style. More recent Vocaloid fans will be more familiar with Hatsune Miku Colorful Stage or Project Sekai. It features 5 main variants of Miku. While having their teal and twin tails, they alter one main aspect of the initial design, the bell-shaped curve of the hair. Most Mikus have the hair flare at their ends, but these either have their hair volume further up in the twin tails or reduce the hair volume overall. The closest to a quote-unquote traditional Miku design would be the one on the far right. Their third anniversary designs are a tad lacking. While their normal designs deviate from the Miku norm, they're still unique. However, the redesigns take away the accent colors, such as the magentas and the blues, and replace them with shades of gray and white. Objectively speaking, the redesigns are worse than the originals from a visual standpoint. While official Mikus show what traits are emphasized in general, Miku herself is an instrument, and her portrayals are rooted in what the producers write, illustrate, animate, and make her sing. When I ask around what the most iconic Miku song was, the resounding response was "World Is Mine." As an earlier Miku design, it conforms with the original Miku, yet its simplicity also lends itself to being recognizable as the white ruffled dress with red accents and usually a crown are associated with the song. The alternate Project Diva pink outfit is less recognizable due to the lack of silhouette, but it still has teal. The Evilius Chronicles Miku is a conforming Miku design with twin tails and teal. Yeah, she plays a role of Margarita Blankenheim in these songs. The Chronicles are actually a series of songs that are associated with associated light novels based on the Seven Deadly Sins, where it uses characters that resemble the appearance of Vocaloids, and it is representative of characters and storytelling that use Vocaloids, especially ones that resemble them. Senpon Zakura is another well-known Miku design that treads between conforming and deviating. While it keeps the twin tails, the greater flair lies in her outfit sleeves, and all the colors are toned down in the bleak subject matter of the song on imperialist Japan's indoctrination of its people, especially children, with extreme nationalism. The outfit was featured earlier on the Deviating Project Diva slide, as it fit within the category of adding character to the role Miku plays. Sand Planet is a song that was released for the 10th anniversary of Miku's release, where two versions of her exist in the video. It gives a fine comparison of what she started as and how the people have changed her both in design and use throughout her decade of existence. More recently, a debate on TikTok, most reliable platform, on Deco27's rabbit hole surfaced where people were debating if the song's subject and artwork features a Miku. The design itself would conform to the silhouette and falls within the range of green blues that recent Miku variants have been spreading into. Objectively, Miku is featured in the song because she is the singer. It is an odd clash between the values of older Vocaloid fans and younger ones that are not used to seeing Miku in more risque contexts that have existed for far longer than most of these fans. And Snow Miku and the bunny mascot Yukine are travel mascots for the Hokkaido region and are featured during the annual snow festivals ever since 2010. All of the featured designs are designed by and nominated by the general public. It is reflective of what people are willing to do with Miku's design and what can be accepted as Miku. And you can see how it evolves throughout the years, especially with how earlier ones are a lot more conservative with the decorations that are added on until it has fully deviated from the bright blues Snow Mikus have. Miku Miku Dance is a fan-made 3D animation software that is predominantly used to create music videos. People design a multitude of models and can rig them up to dance. Any model with rigging works. People are literally making Five Nights at Freddy's animatronics dance Gangnam style. It's notable that the fan-made 3D models are expansive and are all reflective of their designers' perspectives of Miku, yet most featured a teal and or twin tails. She's just that recognizable with her design. These animations and models are also used in live concerts that feature holographic Miku performances, though I believe a very recent performance had her on an LED screen instead. Overall, no matter the variation in Miku and her designs, the twin tails and teal remain iconic to her character and recognizability, and her silhouette remains largely unchanged even after all this time. Those facts cement the flexibility and timelessness of her iconic traits. Thank you for watching.